Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of writing linear equations. This is standard A.2C in the great state of Texas. We are using item number 34 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got this word problem here about printer ink. It costs $18.99 per cartridge. So looks like we've got some important information here. Let me just go ahead and add my graph draw feature. So we're going to need this $8.99 per cartridge. That per lets us know it's a rate. So we're going to be doing some kind of multiplying here. The company sells the ink cartridges, charges a flat rate, shipping fee, $7.95 no matter the number of cartridges. Okay, so even though it says this word rate here, that's the typically our word that we're going to do some type of multiplication. But look at that. No matter the number of cartridges purchased in a single order. In real life, they do call it a flat rate, and we're not necessarily multiplying there. So this is going to be very helpful, this next sentence, or this next clause in the sentence, because that does help us know that it's not necessarily multiplication. So we need to write a linear function that models the cost for t for a single order of cartridges. All right, so we got a lot to work with there. Let's open up our reference materials, because there is going to be something that we can kind of wrap our heads around. And we should be able to notice that if we're looking down at our linear equations right there, right, we'll notice that we've got a few different forms, right? Standard form, point slope form, but slope-intercept form. And if we're looking at our answer selections, this looks closest to, even though it doesn't have y's and x's, it looks closest to that slope-intercept form, the y equals mx plus b, right? Because you've got a single variable on the left, and then you've got a coefficient, a number multiplied by, instead of x, multiplied by t, and then two of them, that's all they have, but two of them have something like a plus b, might be that plus 795. Okay, so we're going to kind of go for that slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. Now let's identify this right here. Okay, so the x, remember, is our independent variable value. So that's the value that we start with. That's our input. All right, so we'll just call that our input. And our y is going to be our dependent variable value. That's our output. And the reason this is important is because there are no x's and no y's in this. So we're going to have to match the x's and the y's with, I'm looking at c's and t's. Okay, so total cost is t. Okay, so total cost is t. And then single order of cartridges is c. Okay, so cartridges. So what do we know about the cartridges? What do we know about the cost? Well, look, we've got $18.99 per cartridge. Okay, so it looks like we're going to multiply this $18.99 per that cartridge per that c. So if it depends on how much we do per cartridge, that to me looks like my input. Okay, so that's my input right there. I'm inputting the number of cartridges I'm buying. Okay, so I need to make this x right here c. And then we've got the flat fee, and then I'm looking for the total cost. That's my output. Okay, so this y value is going to be my t. Okay, so we can rewrite it as t equals mc plus b. Okay, so this rate, what is this rate? Well, they give it to you. The rate is $18.99 per cartridge, so $18.99 Now, what do we do with this $7.95? Well, they tell you they charge it no matter what you order, so you just add it to the end. So our answer here is D.